it's Valery here. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. So I have recently announced on my Instagram page that I have now joined Channel Mom. Thank you so much, Channel Mom, for having me. It's such a great platform. So guys, be sure to check out their site for the honest face of parenting. So, as a matter of fact, the video theme for today's topic has actually been inspired by Channel Mom. So we will be talking about baby names. So I'll be sharing with you my children's names, the reason why we chose those names, what those names actually mean, and any names that didn't make it on the list. So before we actually get into the names, I wanted to point out that being African, specifically being half Nigerian and half Ivorian, typically children are given lots of names by grandparents and other family members and stuff like that. So they tend to have lots of traditional, I can't even speak. So they tend to have lots of traditional names, which is wonderful. However, in today's video, I will be only focusing on their English names, okay, their first names, that's it. Otherwise, it'll be a very long video. So, for those of you who don't know, I have 3 children. My eldest is a girl and she's 13. So my eldest is called Saisha. So the name was actually chosen by her father. I remember we really left it really late because there were so many names that we were looking at and we were not really kind of taken by it. So we left it quite late. Yeah, so I remember one evening my husband said to me, "That's it, I've got her name." And I was like, okay. And so he basically said Zaisha, and I thought, oh, that's unique, very unusual, very lovely name. I've never heard of it before. I've heard of Aisha and I knew an Aisha, but I've never heard of it Zaisha. So I just thought that was really nice. So what my husband did, he basically took the name Aisha and funked it up with a Z, and then made a Zaisha out of it. So we like quite quirky, quite unique names. But not weird names, but just names that are unique, names that are not that common, basically. No offense, by the way, to anyone who have names that are popular. No offense to that. It's just that's just our own unique taste. So Zaisha, or should I say Aisha, actually means to be alive, to be prosperous, to be living. And then my middle son, his name is Zayden, and I've always loved the name Jada for some reason. I've always loved that name, and I remember when I was younger, I used to think I would definitely love to name my my son that name. So when we got pregnant the second time, I knew I wanted to incorporate the name Jaden in his name. But I decided that I wanted to kind of jazz it up a bit, as you do. Yeah, so I decided to jazz it up and decided to add a Z at the front of it and replace it. I decided to replace the J with a Z to funk it up a bit, because I felt like, I knew a few Jaden and I just wanted his name to be a bit more unique. So yeah, so that's how Zayden came about. So his name is really, I just like his name. It's 2 syllables. Zayden is easy to pronounce, easy to spell. So it's just straightforward. And it actually means little fire, and boy, is he a firecracker, honestly. So when I looked up on the internet, they said that it's of Celtic and Gaelic origin, which is quite interesting. And so moving on to my third and final baby, his name is Zane. I've always loved the name Zane as well. And again, it's a nice, it's just 1 syllable, Zane, easy to pronounce. Easy to write as well, and it's a unique name. It's not a name that you will hear all the time. Obviously, Zayn Malik has made the name very popular. However, it's not one of those names that you hear all the time, but and also it's not weird or anything like that. It's just a very lovely, quirky, and well, I wouldn't say it's quirky, but it's actually a really lovely and unique name, if I do say so myself. Actually, I found out that it had 2 origins. So one of Semitic origin, which actually means God's gracious gift, which is so beautiful because he is our special gift. And I also found out that Zayn can actually be used for both male and female, which I didn't know. I thought it was only male. I don't know any female named Zayn, so please comment below if you guys know any female named Zayn. I'd be interested to know. Yes, so, and I also found out that in Arabic, it means beauty and grace, which is lovely. But they don't mean as in the external beauty, they're referring to the internal beauty and grace that one possesses. They say that it is very common among people of Middle Eastern and North African descent. So it's a nice, lovely name. And in terms of the Z theme, I'm sure you've noticed that all our children's names start with the letter Z. It was not actually intentional. Basically, we didn't do it intentionally at all. It wasn't something that we set out to do. We didn't say, okay, right, when we have children, we're going to name, all their names are going to begin with Z. No, it's something that just happened organically, and yeah, we just love it. Our family and friends always tease us about our children's names because they all start with a Z, but it's just good to be different and quirky. We love that, and we always encourage our children to be leaders, to be different, not to be followers, you know, to be unique and stand out from the rest, because we're all individuals. I'm going to move on to the names that did not make the list, or I mean the names that we didn't get to use for our children, because we are only having 3 children. Well, according to me anyway. I'm sure if you ask my husband, he's going to say something else, but according to moi, I'm only having 3 children, and that's it. So I've got 3 and I'm happy, I've been blessed, so thank you. Thank you, God. So however, there's 3 names that I really, really like, but unfortunately, because I'm not going to have any more children, I won't be using them. So the first one is Zach. So you could be, so you could either be Zachary, which I don't really like. I don't like the name Zachary for some weird reason, but I just like Zach. Zach, it's just so nice and yeah, it's sweet. I've always liked it for some reason. And the next one that was on our list, so when we were pregnant with my last born, this was my list. Zach was on my list, and also Zen was on my list. I've never heard of a Zen before, never seen a Zen. I believe my sister was telling me that there was a designer called Zen something. I think he's a Japanese designer, I'm not too sure, don't quote me on that. But I love the name. When I came across it on online, I love the name. It's just very, you know, feng shui. No, actually not feng shui. It's just very peaceful, Zen. You know, to be Zen. I just love the meaning. You know, to be tranquil. You know, to be calm. You know, but can you imagine? Because when I suggested it to my husband, he was like, no. And that, can you imagine if we name our son that, and he turns out to be quite boisterous and quite the opposite? That would just be so weird. And if you notice, I like names that are just quite different. I know I keep saying it, but I just like unique names for some reason. And so I've stated 2 boys' names. So the last name that I would have loved to have used is a girl's name, and it's Sarah. Sarah. What a shame I didn't get to use Sarah. I love the name Sarah. I've always loved the name Sarah. Yeah, so unfortunately, I won't be using Zara. So anyone out there who will be using Zara, I'm so jealous. Well, Jill. Yeah, so I've always loved the name Zara. So yeah, it's such a lovely name. Even the Queen's niece is called Zara. It's such a lovely, lovely name. And again, you don't hear those names too often. You know, I know, actually I don't even know this Zara. Do I know Zara? I mean, it's one of those names that, you know, people use them, but it's not like in the classroom of kids, you're not going to hear Zara, you know. It's just very, you know, yeah, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it's a lovely name. I really like it, and unfortunately I won't be using it. So, guys, so that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. I know it wasn't that long, but yeah, I enjoy watching the names videos, and there's a lot of tags going around about baby names, so I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope, you know, you probably found some of the names I listed interesting. So guys, I would love to hear from you. You know, let's interact below. Just comment with any names, any of your children's names, or any quirky names you've come across. It'd just be so nice to kind of interact in the comment section. So I look forward to hearing from you guys. So thank you so much. So be sure to like, comment and subscribe, and I shall catch you up in the next video. Thank you. Bye.